Hi, my name is Sophie Whittington. I am in 8th grade, and this is my presentation on my science fair project. So the title of my project is Antioxidants versus Aging, Who Will Win? This is my abstract. It's just a summary of what happened from the start to the finish of my project. So my research question was which antioxidant, vitamin A, vitamin E, vitamin C, or beta carotene slows down the effects of aging on apples the fastest. And I wanted to do this research to find out which antioxidant would have the greatest chance to prevent aging, and I wanted to know just more information about each vitamin. And my research, it gives me more of an understanding in the chemistry of each antioxidant and the science of aging. And I realized my question was answerable when I researched that an apple only takes 5 to 10 minutes to go through the oxidation process, which is the aging of the apple. So my hypothesis is that when the antioxidants, vitamin A, vitamin E, vitamin C, and beta carotene are added to a freshly cut apple, then the beta carotene will slow the browning of the apple the fastest. So design and methodology. So in the process of conducting my research, I had a specific plan. First, I researched what would work to test aging on. I found out it was apples. And then I researched each vitamin and their benefits to the body. Then I researched which fruit went with each vitamin, and I looked up the common uses of each fruit. For example, strawberries are used in smoothies, and I researched how much of each vitamin you are supposed to eat. So establishing, measuring, and manipulating. I established my experimental group by cutting one apple into 6 even slices. Then I only used 5 slices. I only used 5 because cutting the apple into 6, it was a lot easier to make them even than cutting the apple into 5. And so I only have 4 fruits. So for the 5th apple, I just left it plain and I timed it with the rest of the apple slices. And I manipulated the aging of the apple slices by applying a different antioxidant on each of the 4 apple slices. And in my study, I measured the time to 6 minutes, then I wiped the substance off of each slice. So to control other factors in my study, such as all the fruit representing each vitamin, I used the same fruit for each trial. So the avocado, I put it in the food processor, and then I used that same avocado for each trial. And to prevent cross-contaminating, I washed the food processor each time before using it for a different fruit. I also made sure that I applied exactly 1/4 of a teaspoon onto each of the 4 apple slices. For safety, I used a food processor, so there's always a chance of cutting yourself. So to avoid that, I handled it with extreme care and adult supervision. This is my experiment. It's step by step. So data collection and construction. I do believe that I gathered enough data to answer my main question, which antioxidant, vitamin A, vitamin E, vitamin C, or beta carotene slows down the effects of aging on apples the fastest. I believe that's all it required, was just gathering all the times it took for each apple to brown. And I did change one thing from my original plan, which was to observe the apple browning with the content still in the slices. I realized that wasn't going to work because I couldn't see the browning of the apple clearly, so I decided after 6 minutes I would wipe off the substance. Data analysis and interpretation. So to analyze my data, I measured and compared the times to see which vitamin was most successful. And overall, I'm about 90% confident about my results because I know I did my best, but there's always room for human error. So in conclusion, the mango, as a representation of vitamin A, it prevented aging on the apple the fastest, with taking an average time of 18.7 minutes for the apple to brown. And if I were able to do my experiment again, I would use more antioxidants. So instead of 4, I would use 5 or 6. And instead of just testing on fruits, I could just test on vegetables that represent a different vitamin. So what was most surprising about my project were the results. I was confident that the cantaloupe representing beta carotene would prove to be the fastest, but I was proved wrong. So what was challenging was that I was doing the 3 trials. It took time to make sure measurements were accurate, apples were sliced evenly, and I had to keep a very close eye on the apple slices for browning. So it was not a quick process. And these are my references. And that concludes my presentation. Thank you.